Levels podcast. I am Justin Horo, joined as always by the Triple OG Willie Mason.
What's good? What's good?
Not much, brother. Not much. Just cruisy. I think there's a little bit of a what would it call it? Like a simmering period now, where like I don't know from your perspective going into Origin now.
Yep.
So you go into camp, the teams get announced. Obviously, there's a lot of media in and around it, and then it takes a bit of a dip, right, heading into when the teams play, because the players will go back and go and watch their teams. So generally, it's a little bit quiet, but I noticed like even Ches had a few shots at Moses over the last couple. I don't know if you've seen that report.
Yeah, a few little ones.
Did you like that from Ches? Did you see what he wrote about?
Well, I saw a few takes, but what was it? What did he say exactly? I don't want to take Ches out of.
I will, because he's my best mate.
Levels. Something about there's levels to
shit,
club
right?
games and into Origin games, right? I saw him say that, and me, like I love Ches as well. Like he's probably coming from a good place there, because I don't think he's saying, because he was probably playing at a club level when he got to Origin, right? Like he didn't dominate Origin when he first hit the scene. Took him a while to sort of acclimate to how the intensity of Origin, and it doesn't stop for 80 minutes. Where Moses, he's only had one Origin game. You know what I mean? But he's probably trying to put him on game there, just trying to educate him. Or you could take it the other way. He's having a crack at him. And if I'm Moses, I'm taking it personal. That's me personally.
I think it's a mixture of both. I think he's been super authentic and just telling them how it is.
Yes.
But also, I know my mate, and there's a little bit in it, and he's trying to just play a little mental game early with the guy that's playing his second Origin game, lost his first one. Mind you, I think people forget, and I want to remind everyone how tough Mitch Moses was. 10 minutes, he broke his back, remember? Yep. And played the rest of that Origin.
Spinal.
And spinal, Mike Tathan. I reckon that played a big part in one of the reasons why Mitchell Moses was selected again. The fact that he didn't tap in that Origin game in a dead rubber.
I'm glad you said that, because people have forgotten.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of why Mitchie is currently the 7 in this game, and why Freddie probably he's been losing his shit a little bit the last couple of days with his conspiracy theories around selections and why people get why we put too much emphasis on it. But that's the beauty of Origin, right?
Can you get it right? No. If he picks our boy, what's the name, Nico Hines? Yeah. Someone's going to come out and say like he doesn't deserve it because of that one game. If he picks Moses, if he picks Reynolds, like he's never going to win. Yeah, he's just got to pick and stick. Have faith in why he picked Moses, and now you just got to let it play out. Yeah, he'll look like a genius if Moses gets man of the match and we carve up and we win. This would be a great story for Moses. This would be a great story. I'm sick of it all being about Queensland and their Queensland folklore, all the way from Mark Coyne into 2020, Wayne Bennett, when they beat us when the worst Queensland team ever. It's like, it's fucking our turn to be etched in history, right?
You can flip the script in this game.
We flipped the script on this shit. We've won some fucking good games too. We've won some series. The series is it's not like they're pumping us by 10 series. It's fucking even.
Well, it's like what you said.
Do you know what I mean? So maybe it's our turn to go up there. We lost game 1. We go up there, Suncorp. We fucking get those guys, and then we come back down here and close it all the way out.
Well, it's like what you said in the
Freddie
review,
looks like a fucking legend.
You need to win one of those close ones.
Yeah, man.
This is a great opportunity. You're underdogs with our friends at the table.
It'll be somehow flipped by game day.
You think
Queensland will be underdogs?
Do you think the odds will
Queensland mentally are always underdogs.
But I reckon you need to go to Suncorp. You need to win a close one. Like you said, you've always fucking blown them out when you've played well. But I think this is a great opportunity to really flip it. And I like the mind games early from Ches, getting back to, the start of it. Ches, he's just planting a little seed of doubt. Like if it gets into the 30-minute mark, New South Wales are down by 6, 8, potentially.
10, 12
potentially.
Could be.
And then, he starts thinking about, fuck, there's levels to this shit.
But the thing is, it's one of those games where we're like, Queensland have always been in this position more than us. They've lost game 1. They're going into game 2, fucking fully loaded. Their mindset. And their mindset's like that all the time anyway, but it just goes up that extra 5-10% when we're sort of like still at, just say we're going in at 100. They're at 110. Where we need to come in fully locked and loaded into Suncorp with the fucking siege mentality, in and out. There won't be many interviews this week. It won't be much. Freddie will take a lot. Freddie will take a lot. It's probably a good thing that there was a Monday game. So it takes a lot of heat off. We had to get through the Bulldogs Parramatta game, and then Tuesday, Wednesday flies. Now it's Thursday. This will be one of their last, day. Then train tomorrow, get everything done. Weekend off, come in. We won't go up to Suncorp till Tuesday.
Okay.
Maybe I think it's Tuesday. Yeah, you'll go late. You do a captain's run.
Would you prefer the Monday?
Maybe I think it's Monday or Tuesday. Fly up the Tuesday and then do a late captain's run.
Yep.
And then she's on for Wednesday.
Well, speaking about on,
Something
it's
like
on
that,
for us
man.
as well. Ivy Blue Rooftop Buddy. So we're heading up there to the Ivy Blue. Shout out to our mate that we'll just talk about, Ches. He's got us a signed Queensland jersey.
Yeah, Ches.
So not only do we have 2 tickets, very hard, sold out.
Sold out. Thanks, Dave Trodden, CEO of New South Wales. He delivered.
There we go. So we've got New South Wales helping us. We've got this fucking Queensland captain helping us out. OG, what do we keep saying? There's levels to this shit, baby. You can't get this shit without us. And we're going to be there at the Ivy Blue from 12 till 3 p.m. I'm going to be emceeing Mace and Willie Tonga. They're going to be telling old war stories. We're going to have game 1 playing in the background. So we might be able to, we'll dissect parts of the game as it flows out as well. Then we'll have a little bit of a break, have a feed, have a few beverages. We're going to mix and mingle throughout the entire 3 hours as well. We're going to do a Q&A, and the best questions that we think warrant the best answers on the night, something we might not have thought about, something, I love this segment here with YouTube questions that we do, because it gives us a great opportunity to see what the punters are thinking about. Sometimes, Mace, me and you, we're too far in the game, or we know people within the game. We don't think of it as an outsider.
Yep.
So I love doing this segment, and that will determine who wins 2 tickets to the game that night, Origin 2. So come packed, ready to go. Start 12 o'clock.
Fully sold out. It's hard to get tickets, man.
It's sold out. And then we've got a Queensland signed jersey. Obviously, predominantly Queensland up there. So we're thinking...
if you're a New South Wales fan, you got a Queensland jersey.
Yeah. Well, you wear it with pride. Well, you chuck it on underneath, and then you put your hoodie on, and then if Queensland win, you just go bang.
Double
and pull
down.
It out. So looking forward to seeing you. Tickets available in the Abraham link. And we will also chuck it on our Instagram page. So go into our bio on our Instagram
Should be
page
fun,
as well.
Man. It'll be fun. That was good too, because Magic Round was pumping, wasn't it?
It was good, mate.
Be a different vibe.
Yeah.
Be a different vibe.
Yeah.
Because everyone's all club, go Cowboys, go Dragons now. So fucking New South Wales. Pick one.
What do you reckon it's going to be like with you walking up Caxton Street for Origin? What's it like? Is it a different vibe for Magic, or?
Yeah, it is, but it's a bit more. Everyone's loaded full of piss.
Yeah.
And it gets pretty hostile.
And we're going to be
nothing out of the ordinary. But they just, they come up, they'll see you, and then they'll give you a bit of a spray. They'll be so confident. And then the worst thing is the walk back to the Caxtons is when everyone is fucked, and usually we've lost.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
And we're going to be up there with the Tab. The Tab are flying us up to OG, our partners at the Tab. So we're going to be doing some street talk in and around before that.
It'll be so much fun.
Come up and see us. Come up and say g'day to Mace.
If you see us, come up and say hello. It's never like as crazy as it was when I was playing, because hey, I'm not there anymore. But there's still some real passionate fans that never forget some shit.
100%.
Like, you got us fucking rednecks. Dude,
well,
get over it. You are.
I think when we get into the YouTube questions, I reckon there are so many more Queenslanders that are like, fuck, I used to hate Maze, but the way you talk about the game, how unbiased you are, the passion you show for New South Wales, I think it really translates. And then again, I notice when people meet you on the street, and you always give them the time of day. So come up to us. We'll be shooting in and around street talk with the Tab. Come up. We'll have predictions for the game. We want to know your predictions for the game. Who's going to be man of the match? Who's going to be first try scorer? All the good fun punting.
Have you been to a game at Suncorp?
Have I been I haven't done an Origin before, no.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
It's Magic Round on steroids, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it should be good. And I think the Shep mates are going to be with us again. Those boys are good lads. Should be fun.
Everyone loves Origin, man. It's fucking unreal.
What about the old school, back in the day when you used to drive the bus down Caxton Street?
Yeah, I missed that by a couple of years because they end up stopping the bus.
Because it was too hectic.
And rocking it, stopping, throwing there wasn't plastic cups, full cans and glasses and shit. It is wild, man.
I've seen some of the footage.
Wait till you see when we're at Caxton.
Yeah.
And then watch it when everyone starts walking down. So it's just a whole sea of maroon and just
Do they block it off like Magic as well?
Yeah. It's all blocked off.
Yeah,
it's unreal.
I'm looking forward to it.
It is. It's real good buzz.
All right, before we get into Origin next week, this is round 16 preview. So we want to thank everyone for liking and subscribing. Again, we're just humming at the moment. Mace, we've gone all the way up to 9.15K subscribers, chasing that 10. We're going to get there easy. It's going to happen by next week. Super grateful. Thanks to everyone who's been leaving reviews on Apple, Spotify. The comments have been unreal. So I'll get to a couple here that I've got put out here for this show as well, Mace. One of them's more of a statement. The second one's a bit of a chat around the Brooks situation. And then we'll just, nice and easy today, we'll just break down the games. There are a few stories out there, but
there's nothing really going on with Origin, is there? This game too is...
Well, apart from the Flano news...
siege mentality, man.
So I haven't put it down as a topic, but sort of around the Shane Flanagan signing and him staying on as assistant coach at Manly. What do you think about that for the rest of the year? Do you think he should just make the jump now? Because...
I thought that he was. I thought that was the case.
No,
so
3 years
for next
year,
year, right?
3 years starts from next year.
I think he just wants to be around a good system, keep learning. Coaches never stop learning. Like he's around Siebes and a couple of good coaches over there, and Jimmy Dimmick and all that. He's got a good vibe over there. Got a good team. Who knows what can happen? He could be a part of coaching, a winning coaching system there. Like they could win something at the end of the year, maybe. I don't know. Better than doing nothing, right?
Well, like it's for devil's advocate, if he was over Dragons,
it'd be too much. I think it's too much of a change.
But right do you want to start looking at your list? Do you want to start recruiting? Do you want to start seeing who? Because there are players coming off contract, or there are players with potentially 1 year left on their contract.
Did he have the option to do that? I want to know that, because I think if he had the option to go be around St George right now and start looking at players and the junior system and everything like that, and getting everything in check, he's silly if he's not doing that.
Well, I'd assume that Manly wants to keep him.
Yeah, well, there's something there to keep him, because otherwise he's not. He wouldn't want to help Manly. He's going to be this head coach for St George, so he wants to go there, see what's if he's recruitment, retention. There's a lot of there's a lot of things that go on into being a head coach. It's not you don't just look after the 30. Guys like the good coaches like the Wayne Bennett's and the Craig Bellamy's, and they look after the whole fucking club.
Well, Wayne had a year off before the Dolphins. Obviously, that's a way bigger job because they're starting from scratch. Yeah. But if you watch the documentary, what goes into recruiting players, the process.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know that. That's sort of thing. So, just say with even, who's your reserve grade coach? Who's your assistants? Who do I want to be assistants? That's you doing all that. I mean, he's probably thinking something different now anyway. He's probably going, well, all these blokes are going to be gone. But I would like to see how just say if you had a preconceived all right, I don't want any of these guys, right? I'm coming here, I've got my team, and you go there and you go.
Well, he's already locked in Ben Hunt.
Well, I'm just saying, but imagine you go then you like to look at the assistant coach there. All right, he knows what he's doing. You're not even really, you haven't got a gauge on him. You just this is just you thinking I'm going to have a whole team in there that I'm bringing. There might be a couple of diamonds there.
Yeah.
That.
Well, the beauty of it, he was in charge of list management a couple of years ago. So he's been involved with the club as an assistant in a way. So he will know, he'll be familiar with, I know that Ryan Carr's been there for a couple of years. There's big raps on him. I know he's missed out on the gig.
Wolfie's there. Christian Wolf's brother.
Okay.
So he's the defensive coach there. So they go, I suppose his history at the club.
Yep.
He would probably know a lot of people that he would want to have there and people that are gone.
Yeah.
People that he doesn't want there at all.
I think that'd be the biggest thing. Who you want gone?
Yeah.
Out of all the shit fighting that happens at that club.
Because he's been, exactly. Because he's been there and he's like, well, fuck you, I'm back here and I'm the head coach. You're the one who tried to stab me in the back, this and that. You carry those little vendettas around, don't you?
There's shit like that happens, right?
It happens, man. It happens at clubs, man. It's all politics.
Or they act one way and then once you're gone, it's you might try to reach out. This is where the players or staff at all levels. And then, people that you thought you were mates, and then you don't text you back anymore.
And he's thinking there I've been in the wilderness and just
took him a while to grind. He put his name up for a few gigs.
Fucking good on him. The more I think about it, the more he deserves the shot. Everyone fucks up. You know what I mean?
He's in a position of power. I think he got the 3-year deal as well. So he's got. He's
obviously a really good coach, right? Because Manly is trying to just go, no, you're contracted here. We want you for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
That's saying something.
Well, you want a comp.
Yeah, I know that.
It's fucking hard.
And just say, that comp was hard to win. That wasn't Cronulla being the most dominant side all year. They beat a fucking Melbourne team, which was unbeatable.
Yeah, that's right. True.
Do you know what I mean? They had a bunch of vets. They didn't have superstars. They just had a bunch of grinders and well coached.
Yep.
The mentality of that Cronulla side in 2016 was fucking different.
Yeah.
It was different.
Yeah. It reminded me a bit of like our sort of like OG Manly teams, like run by the like
fucking run by the vets.
It takes a lot of humility to be able to hand teams over to like the Michael Ennis's of the world, the Paul Gallons. All right, you run the team. Luke Lewis. They had like a young Wade Graham. They had a young Jack Bird. Did Jack Bird play in that grand final?
Jack Bird was there.
Birdie was still there. Benny Barber was coming through. Yeah. That was Benny's last year, obviously off the back of what happened with him.
They just said, Val Holmes was there on the wing, and
so they had a pretty nice mix, right?
Fuck, I remember I was just
now we're talking it out.
I was just thinking, who is this young kid, Val Holmes, just running off the back fence, just into everyone, like just flat out. And who was the other winger? He's not there now anymore. He's not playing NRL anymore. It'd be good. He was killing it. I think he got a few injuries. He was the other winger.
My brother played this game with us, I don't know, a couple of months ago now. I think it might have been around Christmas, that far back, where you go through, like he'll give the 04 Bulldogs to him. He goes, go and name the lineup. And you just got to think there and see how good your footy IQ is. It's harder than you think,
It's IQ or memory. Which one is it?
Yeah. But you got to be a proper a fan of the game to get like every single player. You think it'd be easy, and you start rattling. Oh no, he's already gone.
Yeah, or who started? Like who? Like do people go? Oh, who started the props for the 04 grand final? They'll be thinking, oh, it's Steve Price. No, he didn't play.
No, he didn't play.
It was Minoga.
Was he suspended?
It was Minoga, and Rennie started in the back row with Bobcat and Lobby.
Grimaldi.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you had guys like Corey Hughes, like the biggest names.
Nuggets started.
Did Adam Perry start? Did he?
Bench,
yeah, well, I think we're talking about the 05 team, and I think maybe Dean Hullatow started at hooker.
Yeah.
In that one. I could be wrong or whatever.
No, you're right.
Yeah. It's an interesting little game to play.
In the grand final, what would Robbie would have started?
Did Robbie start or did Dean Hullatow play?
I think Dean Hullatow come off the bench or started back row or something.
Yeah.
They were pretty stacked.
Yeah.
Definitely. Robbie would not have come off the bench.
Yeah, you're true. true that. Yeah. All right, let's get into the fans' YouTube questions. This one is more of a statement, but I liked it as well. It's from Francis Vu. The game will definitely be based on wingers from both sides. We talked a little bit about the Cobbo effect, right? This is why I want to bring this one up. Whether they can finish or defend, whether to rush out and trust your team to cover space. It's going to be a close game. New South Wales to even it up by winning margin of 4 to 6 points. The reason I like this one, Mace, and I brought it up, I think back in our day, the joke was, wingers just players that hang out with football players. That's sort of, mate, they're so crucial now. And especially in Origin, some of the big performances from wingers, whether it's Brian Toto running 250 at the best, Origin Gags, winning fucking the Wally Lewis medal or 1 year. And then you've got guys like Selwyn Cobbo in game one who realistically shouldn't have scored that second try. But we talked about his silkiness, his balance.
Yeah,
it's so crucial at this level. And then I know he's not a winger, but Hamiso, when he sort of just did enough to get around the outside of Fox, those little moments are crucial in games. And I think he's right. Francis Vu, I thought it was a great statement. And the wingers in this day and age are really important.
Yeah, they're guns. Play two is the hardest. It's the hardest carry in the game. When you kick to the, you're either kicking right or you're kicking left. I don't think we're going to be kicking just say if Cobbo was playing, you're not going to kick left because he fucking comes at you that hard. Usually finds his front, gets their sets off to a great start, right?
Yep. Then
you got, I think, who's their left centre? Was it Val Holmes?
Hammer was left.
Hammer.
Val was right.
See, you're not really that worried about Hammer's play twos. Even play one, you're worried about what he fucking did to us in the last 10 minutes.
You're worried about early ball.
Yeah, just that wide spread and boom, just catching you off guard because he's got that fucking Fox pace.
Well, preferably but in the centres, like to kick to his side, right? So he doesn't, so they can't go shift to get to him like he did.
So you're probably going to go that way because you've got Coates there now. Coates is a big body. He's about 6'4". There's a lot of real estate here.
Well, no, Coates will be on the right in place of Cobbo, and Taulagi will still be on the left.
Yeah, but if we kick that way, he's going to be the right wing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're going to kick over that way and just try and get it to Coates so you can, he runs hard, no doubt. He's a great finisher. He's a great runner, great athlete. He just has a different running technique than Cobbo. Cobbo's fucking that last bit of aggression.
He's just a little bit more compact.
But that last bit of aggression, he's throwing big boys on their ass. Where Coates is sort of more direct, you can sort of get your body in front, get some underhooks, get a hook, get a leg, get the ball, you drive him back. Or if he runs into those spaces, you can put a decent hit on Coates. And then if the hammer gets played too, you're not really that worried. Hammer's like fucking strong and tough, but he ain't.
There's levels.
He's still not. He's not 100 kilos or anything. Like Cobbo's 100 kilo, I reckon, easy.
Val's got a good play too, carry.
Val's mad, so fuck him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're not kicking that way that much. We're always kicking to that left pocket.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Now we want to kick there.
Yeah.
Because of hammering coach. No disrespect to any of them. It's just a lot easier to tap. And guess who's on our left edge? Latrell.
Yeah.
He's gonna go at you, man.
Yeah.
So we want Latrell get down there. He's gonna have Fox outside him. And then he's probably gonna have he's gonna have Moses there. Moses will defend there. At the 3-man? Or he'll be kicking.
I hope they flip because Fox played right for whatever reason. And, Freddie tries to be too smart with his selections. Like, this is my only...
Yeah, I want to play him. I'm not sure. If Toto's there, it's a win-win there.
If there's one thing I critique on Freddie has been his placement of Fox, who plays left at club level on the right, and Toto plays right at club level, put him in on the left to accommodate Turbo to make sure they had the critter... Toto connection,
but understand this.
Just
say where Fox plays left traditionally, when he coming out of yardage, so flip it again. He's a left arm carry, right? So when he's coming out of this way, coming out that way, he's a left arm carry. Yeah. So they can come in, grab him, pick him up, and sort of drag him. He does a good job of finding space.
Yeah.
But if he comes from the other way, he can sort of come like if he's the right winger, his left arm carry, he can come in and find space a little bit more with his right palm so he can find space. But if he's coming out at the other end, the left arm carry, it's hard. And same as Latrell's a left arm carry too, and he doesn't really like that work. Yeah. He don't come out of play, he doesn't do the play twos and that as much as he does, as Toto does. Because they'll be kicking traditionally down that way as well.
Yep.
So it's hard. I know where Freddie's coming from with how he selects that.
That's why he does it.
Yeah, so Toto coming out of that pocket there, he doesn't care. Toto's like right wing, left wing. He doesn't care. He's a 2-arm carry, and then he switches, and he's got those bumpers, and then he finds his front. So he's not really worried about that.
Yeah,
it's where they kick to that pocket, and he wants Toto coming out instead of Fox.
I'll tell you where I want the left hand carry though for Fox. When he's streaking down the left-hand side.
I know.
He gets the bump. When Trell gives him some early ball, gets on the outside, beats his man, left-hand carry, flick to Fox. Fox catches it, left-hand carry, palms again. And he can do some hammerso type shit down the left.
I love that. And I think that what they're going off is Toto playing outside Latrell or playing left wing for the last, 2-3 years and killing it.
Yeah.
And Fox doing a good job as well. Like I think Fox, especially on that right side, because you're going to have Turbo there. I think he's going to get some early ball. Moses, as I said, last time we spoke, flat and fast, down short sides. You fucking give him a short side. You give him 3 or 4 with on that numbers line. He's going.
Yeah.
Turbo on an out ball. Val Holmes is a gun defender. It's going to be good. It's a good battle there. It's going to be really good battle there. But if Turbo can just keep getting better and better every week like he has been, he can get those one-on-ones. Mate, he's a fucking big boy.
I'd sort of seen in Turbo's game, I reckon just being in and out of Origin camp, as hard as Origin is, it's sort of been like a blessing in disguise as well. Like I suggested for the best thing for New South Wales, Manly and Turbo is he missed that game against the Dolphins, but fuck, it would have done his confidence a world of good after it. Like in hindsight, again, you can have hindsight in a positive way, right? He played, he come out of it really well, and then he's got a nice 12-day freshen up. They played Friday night, and they've got a nice 12-day freshen up by the time he plays Wednesday again. So he should be cherry ripe.
Yeah, it's good.
Turbo.
But so back to he's saying and they save tries as well. They do. They're the most important, pretty much. They're the last line of defence, especially on the front line. You got to make your decisions. You have to make the right decisions. Yep. Some wingers love to have that little bit of a staircase. Some defensive systems have that. Some defensive systems want you up right next to Latrell.
Aggressive and everyone sweeping behind.
And everyone coming in behind. I'm not sure what Freddie plays, but I know what Penrith play, which is that full fence.
Yep.
Winger and centre together. That's what Toto's used to.
Yep. So what's interesting?
And Fox is used to that as well at the Bulldogs system. Yeah. So it depends what sort of system he wants. That's what he'll get.
I see. I think this is going to be to answer Francis's question, and I believe this is why I think New South Wales win too. Even though I'm critical of Freddie playing him on different sides, I'd like to see Fox play left, Toto play right, like they do at club level, and then they'll be in sync because they had a really good 2021 season. Cobbo, the thing that Queensland could find himself in trouble with is Cobbo and Coates defend completely opposite. So if you watch the Broncos play, they play an aggressive defensive line all the way up to Katoni Staggs. So Reynolds and Katoni Staggs like to put pressure on, and Cobbo generally doesn't come. He sits in a nice little pocket in behind just in case there's a kick in behind, or he could sweep in behind. Whereas Coates is pretty aggressive. Once it goes past, Coates comes in hard. So they're going to have to adjust again on top of that with Val Holmes, who likes to go as well. So if you notice Cherry gets up pretty aggressive as well, what Cherry does is he tries to send everyone back in. Val does a really good job of covering him, and then Coates, I reckon, won't be able to help himself because that's what he does at Melbourne.
But Coates won't be with Val, will he?
There might be the little opportunity. Yeah, Coates is on the right because Murray Taulagi and Homicide are on the left. So if they go too aggressive, it might be you get Fox on that left wing, pull the shape. Is Jerome
I thought Coates and Hammer. No, Hammer's on the left.
It's Coates and Val. Yeah. So it's you run that shape, bring that how Queensland, do Queensland to Queensland, bring them up. Jerome Luai, nice little left kick in behind for fucking Foxy. Get nice and flat, start deep, bang, hit it late.
Yeah, there's a lot of plays that, but it's easier said than done, isn't it? Like when we're saying like, if you see that shape, do that. Like they're going to have little cues in there. That's what the good players have. They look for cues, and they pull the trigger straight away. Munster does it unbelievable. So does Cherry.
You've got to set them up.
We need Moses to pull the trigger on that, and same as Luai. You know, I mean, we've got to score points.
Yeah. It'll just keep him honest too if he does it early.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you don't get a result, it's just a 6 again. Put a little kick in behind Coates, bring him up, bang, roll it in. Yeah. Keep him honest. Next time, then you can go the shape. You can get the pass on, get it early to Latrell. And then fucking Coates is sitting back on his heels, bang. Then
back rowers just run those good lines, man, like Liam Martin was.
100%.
Just fucking be that option. Be that option. Because when they do, so when that's when Cherry and that come rushing up all the time trying to show it, it's like that little hang plays on. Even for Teddy, like just say where like if the right side back row or the left side are going out. And then like Teddy's just around. It's just like that little pop play. Yeah, so Joey used to do it fucking unreal with it.
Tell them about. So the hang is when the back row goes. So you see the back row go out, right?
So just say you're the 7, right? Yep. You're the 7. I'm the back row here, and I go try and take you out.
Oh, so are you right side back row?
So just say I'm Hudson Young.
Left side back row.
So boom. I'm Cherry. And then you're Cherry. You try to come up. I'm trying to take you out, and then Teddy's already tucked, and then the gap is there. Yeah. If it's played right,
so you want to send Cherry out?
Yeah, I want Cherry to come out and think Huddy's running that cold line out there, and then Luai goes boom where they think Teddy's going out because Teddy can change it on a dime, boom, bang, and it goes and it opens up all the time. The play used to be on all the time, it's just never really used that much anymore.
Queensland did it well with Sam Thaiday back in the day.
But it's a fucking play near the line because the 7s are trying to like hedge their bets, trying to get Teddy to go around. I've got Teddy, and then the back row sort of stops his line. You know what I mean? It's fucking on.
Well,
if you run fucking BK used to run it unreal. BK was a king at it. Him and Joey.
Yeah. This is why I think I want to get to a few questions, but I forgot about this one as well. I think a lot of people were asking. Everyone was the way you talk about the game, how passionate, that sort of IQ, breaking down certain plays. A lot of questions were: Would OG ever consider coaching New South Wales? We talked about Boyd Cordner.
No.
What about this? Can I throw this to you? I know they're fighting at the moment, and fucking Joey's quit SEN because of it, because he doesn't want to do the show with Maddie anymore.
I thought it was a G-up. I thought it was I had coffee with the 8th the other morning. I said, "This is fucking." He goes, "No, I'm gonna fucking kill him."
Yeah,
I said, "All right, sweet."
Yeah, I think Maddie even said like we fight like every couple of years or whatever. But if Maddie
give me some context, and I'm sort of.
Yeah, I'd imagine there's always a little bit to it.
There is a lot to it. There's a lot to it. Yeah. And I know how Joey's built. You say shit like that, and if you put him on, he'll
100%.
He fucking won't talk to you forever.
100%. My old boy and my brothers, their brothers, they fight all the time. Yeah. It's just what happens. Anyway, but if they would get back together, so Joey, fucking mended together, Maddie and Joey co-coaches of New South Wales. This is if Freddie just doesn't get the job done, all right? If Freddie's still the coach, it's irrelevant. Maddie and then OG is assistant with them.
Yeah. I'd just love to be in camp with them. It'd be fucking fun, mate. That's what I said to Joe. I said, look, I mean, I think Freddie, what Freddie does for New South Wales, obviously he is under the pump because 100%. Like, and every coach is, you
got to get results.
Like the only coach that wasn't was Mal Meninga because they just kept on winning. You got to get results, right? And if they get us this year, you know, things might change or it might not. Because I know what Freddie does off the field, what he does for New South Wales country,
for the junior development,
and the junior development, and everything he does. He loves being coach in New South Wales. He's probably more than a coach. You know, he's out there doing on these big rides and stuff like that to raise money. Is it Fogs? I don't think what it is. They always,
it is.
I don't know how to ride a motorbike, so I don't go on it.
Yeah, they ride the Harleys with
they ride
Heine
and that do it all.
Beaver? Does Beaver do it as well?
Beaver does it. Yeah. Wingy thinks he's a fucking bikie. Yeah. I don't know why he does it. On his Pee-wee 50. So they do that.
We should grab our scooters for free.
I'll grab a scooter, go 15 kilometres, wait up. They do a lot of that. He does a lot of community work, man. Yeah. So it's like he does more than just coach.
Do you have any ambitions to sort of? I reckon that would suit you to a T though, like an Origin coach. Rather, like I know you do some coaching with the junior development at the Dogs and like an ambassadorship.
It's something that I've just sort of like dipping my toe in at the moment. Like
still trying to figure it out.
Even with the Bulldogs thing, it's a juggling act. Like you know what I mean? It's pretty intense, man.
Yeah.
Like and that's club football.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and I think probably club football is a lot more intense than just say 8 weeks of Origin. I reckon that'd be the funnest shit ever.
Yeah.
You know, or you're playing with the best players in the world. You're coaching the best players. I mean, like I speak to Gus about it a fair bit about just coaching and like, you know, mindsets and all this kind of stuff. He's like, okay, I was coaching you blokes back in the 2000s. It was the easiest. The best players in the whole fucking world.
I was going to say
and just all it was him getting us primed mentally to get up for 80 minutes. It wasn't any fucking X's and O's and all that sort of shit. Everyone enjoyed each other's company, loved each other's company. We'd get in there, have a drink for that first night, and then it's all business for the rest. Have a lot of fun. There's a lot of promos and shit like that, mate, and enjoy each other's company. It wasn't as stressed as I feel like it is now. Obviously, society has changed and the whole landscape has changed of fucking Origin. It feels like there's way more pressure, but it's still the same game. And I think the players probably take a lot of energy from the coach. You know, Billy's a fucking cruisy little Innisfail boy. You know what I mean? Nothing much gets to him. Like, you'd be feeding off the energy of Freddie. So Freddie, you know, whatever energy Freddie brings into training, they feed off that. Energy all the players do that as well. Like we go off how Ciro's going. You know, if Ciro's coming in, and he's very he's aware of all that kind of stuff.
There's different styles, right?
Yeah, there's different styles. You know, Bellamy's like that. When Bellamy was our Origin coach, he come in. He had a psychologist or a person watching him. He was watching us, watching him to see the reaction that he was getting when he was talking to us. If we were looking at the ground, if our body language was like this, if we're like that, if I'm talking somewhere else, do you know what I mean? Like. That was his job. So he stood there and watched our reaction while Craig Bellamy talked. That was his job. So then he would give Bellamy feedback. It's constructive criticism, right? Yeah. It's like, fucking Ogre was doing this, Mace was fucking tapping him, and like, you know, like we would never do that. But
what they didn't realise was you were watching the psychiatrist.
So we're all over this shit. So I was on my best behaviour. I was like,
you were watching him watch Bellamy.
Yeah. And I'm like,
it was a watch party.
It was just watching. I said, because we found out what his job was. I'm like, because Quinny and a few of the Melbourne boys said, he watches us watch Belly and he gives him feedback. So he goes, so we were all just sitting there. I was sitting like a fucking best student ever.
That's different. It's like great. Super intense.
But he does that for he's been doing that with Belly for years. So that's what he was like as a first up when he was coaching. So that was only his third or fourth year in coaching, and he coached Origin. He only started 04, 5, 6, then in 7, I think 8, and then he come into Origin. So he was relatively new. So.
Bellyache would be.
He's big on body language. He's big on eye contact. He's big on just what you're doing. So there's different methods for different coaches. But I'm saying like a lot of the players hold the energy that the coach has.
Yep. So it'd be cruisy if you were in there.
It'd be fun. It'd be fun.
All right, let's get on to the last question as well. Love the show, guys. Unbiased chat at its finest. With Brooks leaving the Tigers at the end of 23, does this more or less solidify Douhi's future? DOUHI. Oh, no, he changed it back to DOUHI. DOUHI's future as a Tigers half and put him next to Wakeham, or do they chase another game managing half? So a couple of layers to that question. Is DOUHI the future of running the West Tigers with all the injuries he's had in the last couple of years?
Totally forgot about DOUHI.
Yeah, so did I, until that question. That's why I chucked it in.
I was like, wow.
And that question's from Reese Kimber.
So does DOUHI want the 7 job?
DOUHI definitely wants to play 6. I believe he didn't want to play centre.
Waste of time if he's 7. He'd be the biggest 7 of all time. It's huge. He's about 6'3", isn't he?
Can Wakeham do a job? They've obviously got to look for another half outside. You'd like to have Wakeham as your backup, maybe?
I think Wakeham can do a job for a year until they develop someone, or he just he shows a lot of talent. He was at the Bulldogs. He's a Bulldogs junior.
There's something about him, right?
Something about him. He has a lot of talent. You know what I mean? He just got to work. Maybe another preseason working with DOUHI and in that system, which is a new system. The coaching roles.
They've got a rookie playing, Mace. Sorry, just to cut you off on this one. Talender Silva, 18-year-old rookie playing 14 on the bench from this year. So be interesting to see what he ends up.
How old's, I think Wakeham's what 23 maybe? So he's pretty young.
Yeah,
he's only young.
Maybe a little bit older, maybe 25.
He's upside,
not much.
He shows a lot of talent. I've seen him at training. He has that. He's very cruisy. Doesn't really you'd want him just to fucking knuckle down for a preseason, go all in.
Yeah.
Give me everything that you got, every single week, every single session. Get the best out of yourself, and then we'll assess you at the end of the year.
Does someone need to show that faith in him though?
Yeah, and someone needs to have that talk with him.
Yeah.
You're the guy. Him down. You're our dude. You're our
Sean O'Sullivan.
You're our 7 for
Dolphins.
You're our 7 for next year. We're gonna put all this in. I want to see it.
Yeah.
You got to repay us back.
Yeah.
The way that you train on and off the field, everything, your mannerisms, everything, your leadership, blah, blah, blah. These are the talks that need to happen with him. And then see what you can get out of him. Don't just let him fucking just do what he's doing now. It's not good enough. He's a good kid.
He's been playing pretty well,
and he can play. But you want a Robbie Farah or Benji to sit down and go, mate, you're the future. You could be the future of the club.
Yeah. Well, we're going to give you a crack.
You install that
and we've got the rookie waiting.
You install that confidence into him, and then you'll see the work come out.
Yeah.
But if you don't, and he's just thinking, I'm a fucking, I might play just because of injury or some shit like that, then you're not fucking fully invested, are you? You fully invest in him, he'll fully invest in you, and that's how it should go with these younger kids who are sort of like a lot of talent, but it's like something missing, right?
Yeah.
You invest in them, they'll invest back.
Yeah. So you don't think like the competition of maybe bringing in another more solidified
and I think, or flip side, we're going to go with the young De Silva kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
or we build him up.
Yes, or you can be the 7 for the next 8 years, or 5 years, or whatever it is. Whatever you can be that dude. We'll put all our work into you. He's a backup. He's going to be chasing you. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah,
go at it.
Yeah, all right.
So like I think DOUHI can be 6, and he can have the team. He can run the team and do what he wants. I just want DOUHI to come back and have no more injuries, so he can reach his ceiling. I feel for him.
Okay, mates, before we get into previewing round 16, I want to preview my gym session I'm about to do after this, brother. So we're filming at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm about to head to the lab after this, get into it. So I'm going to start off with a bit of pre-workout coffee, brother.
That's me every morning, man.
For those that don't know, it is a deliciously strong, bold coffee with 180 milligrams of naturally occurring caffeine, featuring a high-performance pre-workout blend to support energy, muscle strength, and endurance, as well as nootropic blend to support clarity and focus, just like we are now.
If you want a little pick me up, if you're feeling tired in the morning,
I'm going to do the ghetto workout actually.
Even if you're not if you're not doing like a workout, if you just want to take it, just like if you need to be
get you going,
get the day started. A shit night's sleep. Take that in the morning.
All right, that is currently available in Woolworths, online at bodyscience.com.au, and in independent supplement retailers. Mace, you ready to get ready? Mace, are you ready to get into round 16 preview?
Of course.
All right, odds are accurate as of the 15th of June at 9 a.m. from our friends at the Tab. Kicking it off with the North Queensland COWBOYS at home against the Penrith Panthers. That is up in North Queensland, obviously. The COWBOYS are still underdogs, $2.20 with the Tab. $1.67 favourites, Penrith Panthers, with everyone out in Origin. The line is 2.5, so plus $1.85, so people were coming for the COWBOYS. The late mail, Mace. So, where is it? Sorry, mate. I'll just quickly get this up. Where's the news?
Still got a stacked team, haven't they?
Yeah.
I'm just looking for their team there. Because of the Kiwi connection, man. Look, Sorensen, Fisher, Harrison, Leota.
Yeah. All right, so for the COWBOYS, Jason Tomalola is set to return after missing several months.
Nice.
Kuli Kefu
Fuiaki.
That's the one. Joins the bench alongside mid-season signing Sam McIntyre, who will make his club debut. Tommy Dearden was not named as 18th man of the Maroons, so he's all good to play. So that's a big one because he missed the Parramatta game last time. Panthers prop Moses Leota is named after failing the HIA last week, so that's interesting. But it was a Category 2, while Spencer Linu is good to go after entering an early guilty plea on that little misdemeanor with Jared Warrior-Hargrave. The week gutted dog, Jamin Salmon, moves into the bench to partner Jack Cogger in the halves, moves from the bench to partner Jack Cogger in the halves, while Tyrone Peachy starts at centre in place of Critter, who's 18th man, and Thomas Jenkins joins the squad on the wing. Matt Eisenhuth will start at lock in place of Isaiah Yeo, and Luke Garner is included on the bench. So a lot of changes. Both teams affected pretty heavily by Origin in this one, Mace. How do you see this game going? I actually like the Cowboys.
I'm going with the Cowboys. Yeah. I'm going to go the Cowboys. I just think you can...
I can hear it now. Panthers disrespect. We hate the Panthers.
Because you got Jack Cogger and Jalen Salmon as your halves. You know what I mean? Like Mitch Kenny's he's a great hitter. He's a good player, but like it's not Appy. Still, you know what I mean? Like you're still missing that. The front row... Front rowers are guns, you know what I mean? But like McLean and Cohen Hess are big bodies.
Most of Leota's still 50-50 too, by the way.
Leota, I mean, if I'm Penrith, I'm giving that big boy a bit of a break, man.
Because he did well while Fisher Harris and Linu were both out, right?
Yeah, man. Like start Spencer. And he's been their best forward all year, Moses. He's done some tough shit, man.
Yeah, him and Scotty Sorensen, I
reckon. Having Critter out. I just think
Toto.
And Toto, like it's huge. And Isaiah Yeo, everyone that you just mentioned, you know. I mean, I like these guys that are in there for him, you know, like Eisenhuth, but they're all just workers, right? They're all workers. You've got Tamalolo coming back. It's at Townsville. A beautiful time to play in Townsville at the moment.
Yes, that's a good point.
Weather is beautiful. So, like Tamalolo coming back, I'm not sure of what Tamalolo is coming back. How fit is he? What sort of injury did he have?
Well, the good thing is they're starting to get troops back, right? So Luciano comes back a couple of weeks ago.
What injury did Tamalolo have? Was it soft tissue?
I'm not too sure what Tamalolo ended up having in the end.
Out for a bit.
Yeah, he was out for about 6 weeks.
Damn.
6 or 7 weeks.
I like Dearden.
Harlem Lukey is about 2 or 3 games removed from his injury as well. Like he had a soft tissue injury. I think the real important part is the role players on the bench, like the Jermaine Tanoa Browns and Griffin Neems. I think this is where they can really get over top of the Cowboys. And then obviously they've got their core in place. You know, they're missing Reece Robson, who goes into camp, and congratulations to him. But Tommy Dearden, Chad Townsend, and Scotty Drinkwater are still there. So
Granville's he's an X9. He's a gun 9.
Should have won the Clive Churchill if not for fucking JT.
Fucking gun.
And I like that. I like that Kuli Kefu Fuiaki. He played a game on Magic Ground. Fuck, he was damaging. They know how to produce like edge. These young mobile like forwards up there at North Queensland at the moment, man. Fuck. By the way, I forgot to mention as well, next week we'll probably announce it a little bit. We're going up for the Women's State of Origin in Townsville too. So like you said, it's a beautiful time of the year to get up there and get amongst it, watch some footy. I've never been to the new Townsville Stadium, so I'm looking forward to that.
I've only been there once, and it was for an Origin. It was crazy.
Oh, the one 2 years ago, 2021.
Yeah. Oh man, what an event. Good ground.
And we should have a bit of fun.
Hopefully they pack it out. It's Thursday for the women's game.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they'll get a good crowd, a really good crowd. All right, so who you picking, Mace?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Cowboys.
I'm going Cowboys too.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's not disrespect you Panthers.
It is.
Fans.
But fuck it.
A little bit of disrespect.
Fuck it. We're disrespecting. It is what it is.
Oh.
All right, moving on.
Get us in the comments when you get pumped.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know.
Send us the receipts. No fucking still not respecting the Penrith team that's got 17 players out. Yeah. They got a good system. They got a good system, man.
You've got 8 starters out. Come on, we can pick the Cowboys now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going near the Cowboys if this is full Origin stack team. Come on, man.
Maybe.
Come on.
I think
maybe 1 to 12.
All right, the first game is Saturday. There's only 5 games this weekend, so there's 2 games on Saturday. The first one is Newcastle at home against the Sydney Roosters. Newcastle are overwhelming favourites, mate. It's $1.52. The Roosters are $2.55. Obviously, some big news with Roosters aren't travelling well anyway, but the line is -5.5, and people at the tab are coming for that price. So they think the Newcastle are going to do a number on them.
Wow.
So the return of back row Lachlan Fitzgibbon is a good one because Tyson Frizzell was away on Origin duties again, Mace. The only other change to the side is Inari Tuala comes onto the wing as Greg Mazu was not selected. He's going to be big.
Why?
He missed the bus.
Oh, well.
From the Queensland game against the Broncos. So I like it. You know, you got standards.
Do you remember they did that a couple of years ago and there was no repercussions, right?
Yeah. But that was before Peter Peters got
Peter Parr.
Peter
Parr is a fucking legend, and he hates that sort of shit.
Yep.
He's all about discipline. That's the culture you got to build. That's you're late. You're fucking done.
I like it. You know why I like it?
You've got to be disciplined, mate. You have to be. It's part of the fucking game.
You know why I like it even more, Mace? Greg Marzu's been one of their best.
He has been
in the last 5 or 6 weeks. So when you draw sand in the line, and you go, "That's unacceptable." You can't. What I say?
Sand in the line.
Sand in the line.
I was like, yeah, sounds about right. That sounds about right. I didn't want to correct you. I was going to let it fly.
No, please. I was going to get it in the comments anyway.
I was like, I don't think that was right.
Yeah. But yeah, when you do this to a guy like Greg Marzu, who's been arguably the best, he's so hard to tackle. We'll talk about his yardage carries. I love it. All right, so Roosters, Joey Manu goes back to fullback in the absence of the skip, James Tedesco. Luke Keary shifts to 5'8", and youngster Sandon Smith, who's been playing off the bench for him, moves to halfback. Centre Billy Smith is back on deck after he was a late withdrawal last week against the Panthers. So Mudders Hutchinson, he's back to the bench. Could see probably Mudders Hutchinson maybe playing 7, I reckon. Sammy Walker still must be a little bit away.
Yeah, he's
anyway.
I don't think he'd be rushing back.
How do you see this game going, Mace?
I still have faith in the Roosters culture, right?
Still some good names in there.
They can't be down for this long. They're too good a club and they've got too good of players.
So you're more expecting. They've got Angus Crichton on the bench still.
You know what I mean? Hargraves has been about it. They've got a small forward pack. Hargraves, Butcher, Tupanua, and
Nafur
White. Like that's
he's a front
row,
rower,
man.
He's a front rower normally. Maybe
Terrell May's big. Angus Crichton still needs to find his feet a little bit. Nathan Brown's been going all right for him. Yeah, but he's not a big body either. You know, they're backs. You know, the Corey Allens and the Billy Smiths. That's where they're lacking. That real strike where Joey Manu is. I just got to put him in the centres.
That Billy Smith's a good worker.
I like Billy Smith, man.
Yeah, but he's not really a strike centre, is he?
No, and Corey Allen. Like, you're going to have Billy Smith and Joey Manu in the centres.
But then who do you play fullback?
Yeah, I mean, with Teddy. With Teddy.
Oh, no, okay.
In a full strength,
you know,
because Billy Smith is a left side centre, right? And
he has been playing.
And you put Joey Manu at right side, and you just got to stick. You just got to leave Keary there and just find a halfback, man.
Yeah. So this Sandon Smith stays in your best possible team.
Yeah, and then your forwards, you just got to wait for they still work hard defensively and everything like that, but like they just don't have any strike. I'm going to go Newcastle.
So am I, mate. I think
Newcastle's been playing good.
I hope they don't have a
Bronx,
drop-off.
Man. They had the Bronx.
But I hope they don't have an emotional drop-off after that. They were so good in that game. And, you know, sometimes when teams they just miss out.
When Penrith did that last time. So hopefully they can learn from the Penrith drop-off mentally.
Yes.
When they got beat by 1 point. And
Perfect
they're like,
comp.
yeah, so they got dusted. Remember what happened? They got dusted for 3 or 4 weeks after that. So I think that's a bit of a learning curve.
And they always play well.
Coaching-wise and as a player, as you're playing, as your list, you know what I mean? Like your leadership, like guys like Ponga and that and Saifidi and all these leaders and Fitzgibbon and Adam Elliott's, they're like, hey, this happened before. We were close to a top 4 team. We got dusted and then we'll dog shit for 4. Let's not let that happen again. Let's get the fucking Roosters while they're down.
And they always
might as well go for the Roosters while they're down. Everyone likes getting them when they're down.
100%.
It's the fucking right time to get them.
100%. Moving on to the Scope Cup, the second game of Saturday, 5:30 at Parramatta at CommBank. Parramatta Eels are $1.60 favourites against the Manly Seagulls, $2.35. The line is plus 4.5 about Manly. The punters are coming after, so I'm with them. I like the plus 4.5 about Manly too, with so many outs. We'll get into the news. Dijon Arcee takes over the number 7, who played 6 last week. Whilst Mitchell Moses is away on origin duties, Ryan Madison is named at 5'8". He played a lot of 5'8" in his juniors. Joe Ofahongawe also returns on the bench, while Josh Hodgson remains sideline. Brendan Hand, catching these hands, is still named at hooker.
There's some fucking big players out, isn't there? This would be a good game. This would be a very good game if both teams are full strength. Full strength. With
the Seagulls, Samuela Fainu has been named to start in the back row with Ethan Bullimore on the bench. Mind you, that was the role last week and it switched on game day. There are no other changes expected for the Seagulls. Outside of the big origin news, so Kaya Weeks is playing fullback in place of Tommy Turbo. Jake Arthur is going to play 7. against his old team and his dad. So that'll be cool to see. And they've kept a pretty stable team outside of that.
They keep giving this Weeks kid a go, right?
Yeah, I don't mind him. He's all right.
They keep fucking with Ruben Garrick. Just put him at fullback.
No, I reckon now. Why? I disagree.
Weeks is the kid who's small as hell. Like
yes,
he's tiny.
But Turbo's going to come back, and if you're going to find a spot for Garrick, rather than change wing, centre, fullback when he's out, I think for the betterment of the team, they've got to find out if Garrick's going to be a centre for him. So I reckon keep him, and then you get Weeks. Because
I just find out every time they put Weeks there, Weeks does nothing, and Ruben Garrick gets 3 touches.
I will say this though, if something was to happen to Turbo and Turbo's out for the season because he's been injured, and Garrick back to fullback, 100%. Okay. But because Turbo's going to come back next week, just stick with
Weeks
Garrick.
is a centre. I would swap. I think Weeks is probably a better centre than Ruben Garrick. I think Garrick could play fullback.
He's still just finding his way. He's only a young kid. He's 21. I think he's played like hooker, half, fullback,
all
wing.
over. I know he's quick. I know he's quick. I know he's got talent. But it's like, is it fullback NRL talent? What people need to understand with these games, when you got all your big stars out there, everyone just goes, we were going to put it all on like Gutho or all your senior players. It's these kids that come up into their spots that you need to be playing their best football.
Yeah.
Don't just come up here and fucking make the fucking spaces up. Come up here and make a difference. You're in
make
the
a name
system.
for yourself.
You're in the system for a reason. We're trusting you to get into this team. You're part of the top 30, all this kind of stuff. Don't fucking just be there and be happy to be there. Get there and make a difference. You're like the guys like Gutho and all these other guys and Campbell Gillard, and they're going to do what they do because they're first graders. You've got to rely on these young kids like the DJM Asi. He needs to have a crack.
He shows glimpses. He shows glimpses of being a player.
Weeks needs to come in and go, all right, I've had a fucking fair crack at this. Now it's time for me to fucking really solidify myself as a first grader, show these guys I can actually play the game. Yeah. I can play first grade.
Consistently.
The Keppies, Fainu, the young big Samuel Fainu, I want to see him go at it. He's played about 5 or 6 games. Now it's time for him to really just, that's where people get it twisted. They always rely on the seniors. Senior players will do whatever they play 7, 8 out of 10 every single game.
Yep, the good ones.
It's about the good ones. Yeah, it's about the younger kids who will play those 10 games, 10, 12 games. Maybe more. We need you guys, not just to fucking come up here and be happy playing on fucking TV and getting your match check. You know what I mean? Getting your match payment. Fucking make a difference.
Get a contract.
That's coaching.
Play yourself in a contract.
That's coaching and that's leadership.
Yep.
Don't be happy just grabbing the jersey, being happy to. I always used to take the piss out of when I was playing. You're just happy to be in the fucking photo, so you can show everyone that you're in the full-time squad. You're just there to fucking make the numbers up. Don't be there. Don't have that attitude. Be there and make a difference. Be a first grader. What are you fucking playing for?
Yeah, 100%.
You want to be great.
I love it. With Parramatta, obviously Mitch Moses is a big one. Junior Barlow is out. Ofahiki Ogden comes into the starting lineup.
I don't know. A draw? No.
Well, I think the +4.5. So if you get a start, so you get a potential try in front for Manly, I think that's a good start. I think it's going to be pretty close.
Dylan Brown, I'd go Para.
Yeah. So who you got? I'm going Manly. Are you going Manly? Yeah, all right. The Scope Cup, they won the first leg. They'll win the second leg.
I refuse to go for Para.
You hate the
inner bulldog in me will not make me go for Para.
All right, moving on to Sunday. The West Tigers.
And I'll play for Manly, They all know that.
Yeah, fucking oath, Manly legend. I'm actually going down to Captain's Run tomorrow with them. Yeah, they invited us down with a couple of other back rows, I think. Maybe hopefully Gifty's down there and Chalk. That'll be good to go see the boys. Oh, back
it's a Friday over in Manly.
Yeah, Friday in Manly.
Can you come back over the bridge or what?
Yeah, I've got a wedding on the weekend. So I've got my brother's wedding, so I've got to get back.
I might come with you.
I've got a conspiracy theory for you.
Come on.
Hamole Alakawatu hasn't even really been mentioned, hasn't been around the squad. Do you think it's because he turned down to play for Tonga nice and early last year? Do you think that's why Freddie's not picking him?
Because he wanted to play for Tonga.
He turned down last year, so he wasn't picked in game 1. They had the test mid-season, Tonga versus Samoa. He declared he wanted to play for Tonga before he was picked. Do you reckon Freddie's gone?
Like that.
Because he fucking deserves...
He'd be thinking... Freddie would probably be thinking, all the New South Wales selectors are thinking, well, his heart's not for New South Wales. Because he should be fucking at least talked about.
I would pick him over Frizz and Hudson Young.
Yeah. I'd have him on the bench.
It'd be Liam Martin on the left and Olakwatu on the right. Or at worst, you play Frizz. I can understand Frizz because he's been there and done that and a great servant for New South Wales. And Olakwatu over the bench. I'd have him over Huddy Young.
I'd have him over both starting back rows because I reckon he could lift to that next level easily, quite easily. He's aggressive. He's fucking made for Origin.
Hasn't even made him 18th, 19th, nothing.
Fucking Koloa Matangi's 19th man. He's played He's played 3 games. He's straight back in there.
Yeah,
because he's been in the system there for a while. But I think his decision that he made last year is probably biting him in the ass because there's no doubt that he should be talked about being in the 17. I thought he was going to be a starter.
Game 1.
Yeah.
So did
Everyone thought that.
I thought at worst maybe he's on the bench just because he hasn't played before and they bring him in.
And that sucks because hopefully not. But
I wouldn't be surprised.
But why else wouldn't they pick him? He hasn't. It's not like he played himself out of the team.
Not really.
He was the form player for the first 10 games.
Yep.
Like way ahead of Frizzell, way ahead of Hudson Young, way ahead of Liam Martin, Cam Murray, all those guys. He was the dude.
Mate, I know Munster and fucking Ches would be
fucking
cheering.
Going, thank God.
Cheering he's not
I know Frizzell's a fucking great player, but like Frizz is like 30, 31, I think.
Yeah.
Like he's probably had his moments.
Yeah, and
probably had his moments. I want the young 22-year-old young bull just fucking screaming off the back fence.
100%.
Fucking from a 3-man for Queensland, I'm like, thank God. Because you know how to handle Frizzell. You know what lines he runs.
Well, look what Queensland
is fucking hard. He's tough.
I know, fucking oath. But look what Queensland is. Similar. So Tyson Frizzell is like your fucking Felice Kafusi, right?
Yeah.
You know what you're going to get out of him. But at the end of the day, they went Jeremiah Nanai. Why? Younger, upside, fucking different, can beat you with multiple ways.
You don't know what he's going to do. No. He can hit you with a hot line, fucking come under. He's got kicks, he catches, fucking better than wingers.
Yep.
Like that's what Olakwatu does. He's got that fucking upside is up. The ceiling is massive. The X factor is there. He's aggressive as hell. If you put him on the bench and said, get in the middle for the last 10 minutes, destroy everything. He's going to. I'll put him on the bench in front of everyone there.
Yep. So
and that's what I think. You know, if he did make his decision, because they were thinking about picking him right last year for New South Wales, and he brushed him.
Well, he just declared early that he was going to play for Tonga.
Yeah, but he didn't give it a chance. He didn't give New South Wales a chance.
Correct.
So, well.
But they didn't pick him in first game either, or part of the squad.
Oh, I know. I'm saying there's a little bit of truth there.
Yeah. All right, West Tigers are at home to Melbourne out at Campbelltown Stadium. They are $2.60 underdogs against the Melbourne Storm, who are $1.50 with a few people out. The line is +6.5, and I like that as well. The punters are coming for the +6.5. So for the West Tigers, obviously the big one, Uppy Coruscant out, broken jaw. Jake Simpkin takes over at hooker, and teenager Talon De Silva joins the bench. He's an 18-year-old from the SG Born 20 system, and then the Ryan Madison one, because I know Ryan Madison played 6 as a kid, junior. John Bateman will captain the side. He must have silky
skills, and he's just been put in the centres.
He does have nice hands, yeah. All right, moving on to the Storm. Remus Smith, hamstring, has been named in the centres, but Juzzy Olam Headknock is listed as 18th man. He is closing in on a return. I dare say Juzzy Olam will play. Back rower, Alisi Katoa is out, so therefore Tarek Sims joins the starting side. George Jennings comes onto the wing for his first game of 23. And Jonah Pezzett, the young gun, the rookie this year, is the new 5'8" in place of Munster. So, again, a lot of changes, a couple of players away on origin duties for Melbourne and a few injuries for West Tigers. How do you see this one going, mate?
I still like Melbourne. Love them. I
think I'm Tigers, mate. But why Melbourne for you?
Well, it's just because of Wakeham and Toa, first of all, as your halves.
You just gave Wakeham a bit of
I do like Wakeham, but he needs a bat.
But compared to Hughes and Pezzett.
He's a Robin. He needs Batman.
That's true. That's true.
Toa was a centre. I thought he was one of the best centres in the game.
Last 3-4 weeks?
Yeah, he's been outstanding.
Been very good.
Brent Naden comes back. He's a decent centre. But, I mean, I just think, you're missing Munster. I think I rate Jonah Pezzett. Their forward pack hasn't changed at all.
Big Nouse.
Tui
Kamakamatha.
Nothing's really changing, and they just put 54 on Cronulla. Momentum team. I like that.
Well,
they don't really
Munster
fuck around,
and Harry
man.
Grant, bit of a change.
Yeah.
But nothing's going to change in the system.
Bronson Garlick's they're all system players. Yeah. This is a plug-and-play sort of team.
Yeah.
They don't really miss a beat when during Origin or anything like that. Even when they had 8 Origin players out. Because they had that New Zealand contingent as well. But
that was big,
still got now.
The Bromwich brothers
has been outstanding. The big Solomona. Liero's been great. Fucking Tarek Sims, bro. He's been injured, man. That guy's a beast. This time last year, he's in Origin.
No, the year before he got dropped last year.
Well, he fucking still played Origin.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Like he's been an Origin player for 2 or 3 years.
That wasn't necessarily because that's all the shit that was happening at the Dragons. He just
man. Like, hey, because he...
Oh, actually, he did. He played Origin 1.
I'm telling you, like he played. Like he's playing Origin.
Yeah, he did, and then he got dropped off Origin 1.
Like he was in the system. Like he was...
Yeah, he was too.
So, you know what? He's... I just like... I like... When they put 54 on teams and they're all rolling, I know Money and fucking Harry Grant were killing it last week, but fuck, momentum is king.
All right, I think I'm going to go Tigers. I also like that Pole, the young gun middle. Him. He goes in because I like Sean Blaw's a good player. Yeah, I like Sean Blaw. Yeah. They've got a couple in these two, Pole and Blaw, that they can bring through. It's not like their fucking forward pack is lacking either.
They've never have been.
If this Talon De Silva can show a little something, you know.
Hey, I'm just saying, no one has ever been going, you know what, your forward pack's soft, Tigers. It's not that. It's their spine. The spine lets them down.
Yeah. And that could let us down. Will Smith in the 18th jersey. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up playing, actually.
Yeah, I'll rate Will Smith, man.
Put Will Smith at the 6, and I'm way more confident.
Why is Juzzy Olam 18?
Because he had HIA. He missed it. He'll play. He got a category 1 against when he was scoring that try 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, okay.
And he got knocked out, so he missed last week's game for it. So the Cowboys game.
So you throw him in there.
Juzzy Olam, he'll play.
Seve's a good player.
Yeah.
Well, you put Olam in there, like in whatever centre is marking against him, will get 0 ball. So you can rule them out.
Well, that's why they're playing thing at 5'8", because he's not going to pass anyway.
Yeah. You just fucking run the ball tower.
All right, the last game, Cronulla versus Bulldogs. Cronulla at home with a point to prove, especially their
can be dangerous.
Halfback and captain Nicho Hynes, $1.26 favourites against your Dogs, mate. This is a bad week to play the Cronulla Sharks. I think Nicho's going to have a big game off the back of not making Origin. The line is 12.5, so the punters also think it. So the late mail for the game is could see changes later in the week after their loss. With Connor Tracy, Braden Trindle, and Toby Rudolph is named in the 18,
the Dolph.
19 and 20 respectively. So he could be a big one if he plays. Still no signs of forwards Raymond Faitala-Mariner or Luke Thompson for the Dogs, who were rated chances of returning this week after scoring a hat-trick in his return from injury in reserve grade. Braden, third-degree burns is back. Oh, good on him. He comes in on the wing for the Fox. So
it's been good.
Point to prove. Two guys.
We didn't do reserve grade.
2 guys, Tavita Pangai Jr. and Nicho Hynes, both be fucking chewing at the bit for this game.
It's going to be a hard game for us. Cronulla's they don't want to get beat by 50. They're not that team. They're based on defence. That's fucking coached by Craig Fitzgibbon, one of the best defenders to play the game. Defensive orientated mind, like he's like that. And 54 on his defence, he ain't going to be happy.
You just mentioned it too. Shout out Kyle Flanagan, 4 tries in reserve.
Flano, 4. She'll go 5.
Your reserve grade's playing really well, eh?
She's playing really well.
That's good. Got to put some pressure on.
So we've got some, we've got some really good players there. Like I think Khalid Rajab, some young kids, man. Like they've been
Khalid Rajab.
Yeah, he's been really good. Jacob Preston, like some of these real young kids. They were some of our best players on the weekend. Kids that have played like less than 10 games.
I noticed Max King and Harrison Edwards were named to start last week and both started off the bench. You're looking for a bit of ball playing.
I think Chris Patola.
Yeah,
Chris Patola's come back. I think he's one of our best forwards. He's been hampered by injuries all preseason.
You got big raps on him, don't you?
I like him.
Yeah,
he's a really good kid. His upside is fucking massive. He hits like a Solomon Hamano, man. He just needs to find his feet.
That's a big rap, bro.
Yeah,
big soul.
Big soul could fucking hit. And I've seen this guy like you run in the wrong technique at Chris Patola, you're going to get it. He hits different. We need a fucking whole 17-man effort. Shark Park is hard to fucking win at on a Sunday arvo, especially with these guys. They're a good team regardless of getting beat 54. We don't need that motivation.
Well, also, but you've got added motivation.
We had motivation as well.
That was one of your worst performances on the weekend. So both teams are going to be desperate. Both teams have players who want to prove a point. It's Tavita Pangai Jr. and Nicholas Hynes. I think, you're starting like Matt Burton hasn't even been mentioned in and around Origin now. Like he was playing fucking starting centre last year. So great opportunity for a few guys to put their name back in the lights.
Just want to be like, when you have a game like what we had on the weekend and even Cronulla had on the weekend, you just can't wait to fucking put the jersey back on there and get out there and just fucking and redeem yourself. So this will be a close game. This will not be a 50-pointer or anything like that or a flogging. Both teams are going to be out there for pride.
100%.
You're pissed off, you know what I mean? Like we've been in that position before. You go, well, fuck, we got pumped. It was embarrassing. And you just can't wait to shut the fuck up, get through the video, the awful review on that yesterday and the day before that, and then you just start working towards Cronulla. And that's the beauty of rugby league. It's always next week where you can redeem yourself. All the Cronulla will be looking for that, and so will we. So it'll be a good game.
Tell me a little bit about Jarrell Skelton. I've heard a lot of big raps about big Islander boy. Is he Willie Skelton's related to Willie Skelton?
Related to him, yeah. Big boy, come from Sevens. Skill set, he's still learning rugby league, right? Yeah. Defensive systems and all that kind of stuff, because Sevens is fucking no defensive system. You know what I mean? It's a lot of the high skill set.
Who can score more?
Yeah, who can score more. Yeah, like he's still getting used to that and he's learning. Took a while for him to learn our system. He's sort of starting slowly to get it. His fucking skill set is high. Like he can move, he can hit, he can bang. He's a big boy. Like he doesn't even realise how powerful he is. Like so his upside's there. He still needs continually just learning every session. He is.
Yep.
So he's a good kid, quiet kid.
Yep.
You know, still not
a lot of
fish out of water, man. Like like he's playing a totally different game, a totally different system. You know, like it's a fucking complicated defensive system that we have.
Someone sent me highlights of him and like asked Mace about him. This is ages ago, and I'm like, fuck. I thought it was like Franklin Pele. He looks that big when he busts straight through the fucking middle of the field. He's doing like a kick return. I was like, is that Franklin Pele? Oh shit, is that a winger? Why is he
I don't even think he knows how big and strong he is, man.
Those are the kids you want. Because then once you can install that in them, they can be fucking
so it just might take a little bit. It might take about 18 months for him to sort of finally get it. So once the penny drops, he'll be a good player.
All right, beauty. Moving on to the punting. 5 of the best. So the Grateful Eight's done for this week. And I got 6 from 8 last week, so I'm feeling confident. The only game that let me down, Jared Croker, Sticks, I blame you from delaying that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone Croaks.
He would have got to try against the Tigers,
Munster, we love you, but fuck you, Munster. You know we love you, Munster.
Fuck you, Munster. I love you, Munster.
All right, this week, 5 of the best.
How didn't he not score?
52 points. I missed the game originally. I had to go back and watch it back, and I was looking at the results. Let's get on to 5 of the best. Kicking it off, North Queensland Cowboys at home against a team we disrespect, the Penrith Panthers. I'm doing it again. I'm going Scotty Drinkwater, my partner next week for Simply Par with the Cowboys episode. Bradman Best, Newcastle Knights at home against the Sydney Roosters. I like the centre. He's been in good form. Kalen Ponga's in form. He likes to come down that left edge predominantly. So give me Bradman Best. I like the Juice, Tolu Kola in Parramatta versus Manly. He's playing outside of Shuey now that Ruben Garrick's on the right.
Right.
He's on the left with Josh Schuster.
I like that.
Maybe Shuey goes the no-looker, play short, the Juice straight through the guts, bang, left foot on King Gutho at his own house. We talked about him before. I love the kid. West Tigers versus Melbourne Storm. Big fan of this kid, Jonah Pezzett. And he likes attacking the line. I think Jerome Hughes will play that more distributor and Jonah Pezzett will get after it. And then, sorry to say this, Mace, I think he's going to be in for a big game and he's going to be coming after it. So therefore, I think Nicholas Hines has a big bounce-back game this week against your Bulldogs. Cronulla versus the Bulldogs.
I hope he has a great game.
Is 5 of the best.
But we win.
But yous win. Yeah.
All right, have your redemption, but we win.
And I hope you Bulldogs have a good game, but I also win 5
I want him to score. I want him to score as well, but we still win.
All right.
Because we all win.
Because we all win. All right, Levels Punters Club Bets Friends channel special. This week, Mace, I said it before, I love Manly plus 4.5. I think this is going to be a close game in the Scope Cup. Parramatta versus Manly. Manly, even if they lose, I think they can keep it close. And again, the guy that I love the most this week is Nicholas Hines. Anytime in the first 60 minutes. So if you multi those two together, our traders have put a specific odds of $9 with a max bet of $25. So I really like that bet. As always, we want everyone to be playing safe during the footy season, so please keep front of mind what are you really gambling with. And if you need free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. You can find all current LPC bets under the Bets Friends banner on the Tab app. Mace, what's on for the weekend?
Nothing, mate. I'll be just cruising around. What a big week next week, man.
Yeah.
It's a big week. Takes however, even like,
I got my brother's wedding into the Origin.
See, you'll be busted.
Yeah.
I'll be fucking 12 cylinders. I'm a big Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
I'll be at 12 cylinders, mate. So
I'll just you get a bit of early start on the Tuesday.
Yeah,
so
I'll be up Tuesday, a few meetings with our body science guys and a few other people. So, it'll be busy.
All right, enjoy your weekend. Congrats to my brother. We're going to have a big weekend on with him. He's getting married, obviously.
Yeah, well
so
done.
It's massive for him and for our family, so we're looking forward to
Hope
it.
you survive.
You know me.
Yeah, you'll survive.
I'll find a way.
Yeah.
All right, see you guys. Enjoy the over the weekend.